How do I squeeze my life into a minute? I'm sickened, just as you are, but I choose to smile. I know what you know about the world, but this is how I learnt it. I'm not learned enough to intimately discuss the effects of value education, but I love my nation. So my children are patiently pushing and waiting, just as I was doing before your time. See, babe, I was born in 1959, but in my life I've been born a couple of times. I've learned not to do the lesser evil. I choose to do the better good. You see this bench, net blankets, whites only. I am Mother Nature. You should thank God that God controls me. I don't change like the times. I change with the times. New life inherits my space. The youth have a different fight to fight.
Mna ndikhule ndingenamama ne kodwa ndakhulela kulo makhulu wam umama katata. Ndithe sendihleli ke ngenxa yento zobomi utata ephila ne ndabaleka ekhaya ndaya kulo malume. Kulapho ke ndizofumana khona unkosikazi. Sithe sehleli ke nonkosikazi ngenxa yento zobomi saqonda sihambe sibheke eKapa, eCape Town. Nakhona ke phandle ndiyofuna nomsebenzi. Ndathi sendiphangele ndokha ikhaya lam nomfazi wam eNew Cross Road. Kulapho ke ndizokwazi ukukhulisa abantwana bam ndabafaka esikolweni. Ndathi ndazawuye kuphangela ngenxa yento zobomi. Ewe ndakhulisa nani ke sizukulwana sam umaxani lapha.
Soon you will propose, I assume. Kude pha qelele. Ndalinikwa uthando ndachoma. Ndabona ubuhle ndancoma. Ndaliqweba ke iqhinga. Ndaliquma. Wavuma ndancuma desakhula sabaka kala saguga. Kodwa nina ngoku niyandibhida ndifuna tu ukulumka. Kazi mhlasa ibeka inqawe iyawukuze iphakanyiswe ngubani kwisini na. I was forcefully married by my father. And my son, in your age, you should have been long married by now. He who knows and knows that he knows is a wise man. And by that, I want you to learn from other people's mistakes. Get a wife or you will die lonely. Emhlabeni amageza azawukutya ukubila kwebunzi lethu. Kucace gca ke into yokubana sisebenzela ilifa lamageza. Baninzi nongendi phandle apha bo. Thatha umfazi. Sileyo bakutheni nina ningafuni tu ukulumka. He who knows and knows that he knows is a wise man. And by that, I want you to learn from other people's mistakes. Thatha umfazi, lonely for the rest of your life. God cannot be everywhere, which is why he created women. So put God next to you. Kucace gca into yokuba thina sisebenzela ilifa lamageza. Xa ndizawubila ibunzi ndisebenzela ukushiyela ilifa amageza. Ne
Kudala ngela xesha lethu lamandulo yayinqabile wena into yokufumana intwazana eyayikhangela umtshato. Kumaxesha amaninzi abantwana abangamantombazana yayivamile into yokokuba bayokutheza okanye ke babasele ngaphandle. Kodwa kumaxesha amaninzi abazali babo babebakhethela abantu ababefuna batshatele kubo. Kodwa kuyo yonke loo nto ke babengakhethi noba ngubani na. Kwakukhangelwa iimpawu ezazithile ezazikhangelwa kakhulu ke ngabazali. Abazali babekhangela ukuba lo mzi walo mfana ngumzi onayo imfuyo, ngumzi lo onobutyebi, ungumzi owakhiweyo, kuba kwakungakhethwa nje noba ngubani na. Zezo zinto ke ababezithi bazikhangele. Ukuncedisa ukwakha ikhaya lendoda. Kodwa ukuba lo mntana uyintombazana wayesuka kwikhaya elinabazali abangatshatanga, umzekelo kwakungekho themba, kwakungekho themba ekuthatheni umntwana osuka kusapho lungatshatanga, ngokuba emtshatweni zininzi wena izinto ezithi zenzeke. Umzekelo kubakho ingxabano, kubekho ungquzulwano kungabonwa ngalisolinye. Ibangele ke loo nto uba intombazana le inyanzeleke ibuyele ekhaya. Xa ifika ke ngoku ekhaya, abazali ababetshatile babekwazi ukuthethathethana kwakunye nentwazana yayo, beyibonisa, beyicebisa kanjalo kokuba emtshatweni kuyanyamezelwa. Zezona zinto ke zathi zijongwe ke ezo. Understand?
My name is Saranya, and I am 62 years old. I was married for plus minus 39 to 40 years. Sadly, my husband passed away, yet I still feel that his presence is amongst us. We started dating at the age of 21. How we met? We met at a Congolese wedding where both of our friends were getting married. And at the reception of the wedding, I danced with his brother first. And my husband was so angry and furious and frustrated. But later, we somehow started talking and connected. And then we both got married at the age of 22. Down the line, our life was full of happiness. My husband was a very ambitious man, full of energy, and he was a good provider, and he had a steady job and set our home and built it with morals and values that we still carry on today. We did not struggle too much because our parents were constantly behind us and they were always there to help us. My husband was a very good father. He loved his kids so much. If I could change anything, it would be that my husband still be alive today.
The death of a loved one. Such a curious thing. It is no secret that one day we will all end up underneath the ground. But every time it happens to us, we are surprised. My twins, Polycarpus and Ishmael, I sent them out one afternoon to look after the cattle. And it started to rain while they were outside. The rain became heavy. We heard thunder. We saw lightning. And they still did not come home. I sent my brother out to look for them. He looked and he did not find them. He came back and I decided that I will look for them myself. I went out into the rain and I looked and looked and looked. I could not see them anywhere. I saw a tree in the distance and saw footsteps that stopped underneath the tree. I looked to the side and saw 2 humps underneath the ground. My twins were struck by lightning and buried under the ground. They were not the first, and they will not be the last, but I will miss them always.
Kwakungelulanga. Ubomi bathatha indlela endingazange ndayicinga ukuba bungayithatha. Ndaphulukana nomama ndiselula yaye loo nto yandibangela ukuba ndikhule. Ingxaki, imithwalo noxanduva lwajonga mna. Kwanyanzeleka ukuba ndiyeke izinto endandizithanda nezazindonwabisa ngenxa yemeko. Kwanyanzeleka ukuba ndiqinele nabanye abantu, utata, oodade bam ababini, kwakunye nentombi yam. Ngamanye amaxesha ubomi buye buthathe indlela ongakhange uyicingele. Kodwa ke kuba ungenanto unakuyenza, kufuneke unyamezele. Ube nokholo lokuba izinto zizawutshintsha. Namhlanje ndingulo mntu ndinguye ngenxa yothando lukatata, isiphatho kunye nemithandazo. Ndinezinto endandizinqwenela uba ndibe nazo kungenxa yonyamezela.
I grew up in Durban. I schooled there. I had my children in Durban. I owned a business, so I was flourishing very well. The reason I relocated to the Western Cape was because of my children. They needed my assistance. You know, growing up, we never dreamed. So when it came to dreams and aspirations, because of the kind of work our parents did, we didn't dream very much. And finance was a huge problem. We didn't have much. We had no condition and motivation we were scared to dream because we didn't have the money. But my fondest childhood memories was of my sweet grandmother. She was a poor woman, and there was not much in the kitchen. So we'd go out into her garden, and we'd begin to look for different vegetables to cook. Sometimes it would be carrots, potatoes, green beans, tomatoes. Oh, how excited I would be when I'd find a vegetable and I'd take her to my grandmother. And then we'd go to the pond and we'd begin to wash the vegetables we'd find. The special moments I wish I could relive is when Grandma would invite all her grandchildren and children to the house, and she would begin to cook. And she would feed up to 30 people. And somehow her food would just multiply.